Hi folks, this is different, different content. I'm trying to make things better with content now. This is just a Resident Evil game tier list. Just something to put out there, tier lists are fun, why not? When the video moves over to me actually doing the tier list, it's a different webcam and it looks a lot worse than this does. Just a fair warning, but I'm working with what I've got right now. But yeah, so I just thought I'd kind of say that ahead of time, that's why there will be a jump in quality. But I'm working with what I've got for the moment, so yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. Future Seth, take it away. Hi everyone, it's been a hot minute. This is my Resident Evil tier list. It's something just to put out there while I'm working on bigger and better things. I've got a couple videos that I'm working on that are going to take a little bit of time, but I want to put something out there until then. So here's our tier list. I added a couple tiers. I added Never Played, and I added Doesn't Exist. Doesn't Exist is only for one game, and that is for... where is it? RE-verse. Because the game does not exist. Doesn't exist. I'm convinced they just gave up on it. I'm convinced that they just either gave up on it or forgot about it. It's supposed to come out a year ago. No one played it except for people who got the beta, which I didn't. I pre-ordered Village, did not get the beta for this game, so that's odd. Never Played, get those out of the way. We're gonna put Never Played out of the way. Some of these are not wanting me to click on them. It's being very weird, but it's okay. God, no, I'm putting these in the wrong one. Oopsie. Trying to get some of these out of the way. I played that, unfortunately. I did not play Survivor. Survivor was not played by me. Oopsie daisy. I know. And is that it? Are those the ones I've never played? Yep, those are out of the way. Okay, so I want to do the non-mainline games first to get them out of the way. Relic gets an F. F. Disgusting. Hate it. So does Resistance. Because it's not what it's what Outbreak is what Resistance should have been. Resistance was a mess, especially if you played with random people, because they would only play for themselves and not work for the team, which the game is very heavily team-based, and it should have, they did it right with Outbreak. I don't know why they couldn't have done it with Resistance, but they did it right with Outbreak. Speaking of that, those an A, because they're good. Both of the Outbreak games belong in A. Then, let's see, Operation Raccoon City gets a D. Doesn't get an F because I actually had fun with Operation Raccoon City. It's not a good game per se. It's just fun. It's a fun little shooter that takes place in the Resident Evil universe, and I think it's a good time. You just turn your brain off and play it. That's how I played it, and you'll have a lot more fun. Revelations is S tier. No questions about it. Don't at me. Revelations is wonderful. 2, on the other hand, is not. It's crazy because Revelations was made for the 3DS and was ported to consoles, and playing it on consoles feels like you're playing a console game. It doesn't even feel like it was made for the 3DS. Revelations 2 was made for consoles and feels like you're just playing garbage. I didn't like it. It had a good raid mode, which is basically kind of like Mercenaries mode, but they called it raid mode for some reason. It was fun. That was fun. But the main game I just did not enjoy. And these are all based on my opinions, so you're probably going to disagree with a lot of these. But Revelations 2, I just didn't have fun with. It was boring. Oh, no, it wasn't boring. It was annoying. It was an annoying game. Did not have fun with it. Umbrella Chronicles will get a B, because it was fun. It wasn't amazing, but it was fun. But it was better than Raccoon City, so that's why it gets higher than that. 0, no, let's do Code Veronica X. Code Veronica X gets an A. I love Code Veronica X. It's a fun time. Let's get these out of the way and go for 0. 0 gets a B. Didn't have a whole lot of fun with it, and these, you guys are gonna disagree with. Resident Evil Remake and the first game will also get a B. They're not my favorite Resident Evil. They're not bad. They just didn't grip me like the others did. The others being the rest of these. But, it would actually be on S tier, Resident Evil 2. Same thing with the original, of course. Favorite Resident Evil game is the original Resident Evil 2. I can't speak. I love them so much more than the first game. It's so much better, so much more fun. I love Leon, and maybe it's because I like the setting better than the mansion. I don't know what it is. I couldn't really explain it, but the first game just didn't really attract me like I should have. A will also get RE3 Remake and the original RE3, if I get that out of the way. Those both go on A tier. People are way too annoying about Resident Evil 3. I know it cut out parts you like from the original. That bothers me too, but it's a fun game. It's a bit short, yes, but it's fun. I very much enjoy it. I think they did a really good job. It's a beautiful game too. It looks great. Anything on the RE engine is gonna look phenomenal. That's a given. Even bad games on the RE engine look great. I literally bought Devil May Cry 5 before I played the other games, just because I wanted to play another game on the RE engine. Which I have played the other Devil May Cry games at this point. Don't judge me. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, I did play the other Devil May Cry games. That's unrelated to this. Next up is RE4. Also gets an A tier. No, it doesn't get an S tier. Calm down. Everybody loves this game so much. I love it too. But just calm down. It's not the best Resident Evil. It's very, very good. I very much enjoy it. But it's not the best. And I think people are blowing it way out of proportion. Yes, it changed Resident Evil for the better. But it is not the best. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to crush your dreams. But it is not the best. 5 gets a C. Because C is looking barren. But no, 5 gets a C because I didn't like it. I didn't like it that much. I thought it was boring. There's some moments in there that are fun and exciting, but I just thought it was boring, and it dragged on a bit too much. So did Resident Evil 6. 6 dragged on way too much. It's not awful. That's why I'm not giving it an F. But it did drag on. And there are, 5 or 6 campaigns? I couldn't play all of them. I played a couple. I couldn't play every single campaign in that game because they're like 23 hours long campaigns, which I'm okay with that. But for one game to really finish it, you have to play 5 23-hour long campaigns, and that is just too much. That is just too much. I played 1 or 2 and I was out. I tapped out. I couldn't do it anymore. Resident Evil Biohazard, Resident Evil 7, will get an A because I love it. And I know a lot of people, and I've seen people say this in tier lists too, it's like, Resident Evil 7 is not Resident Evil, so it gets a low. No, it is Resident Evil. It's got resource management, inventory management, puzzles. It's a Resident Evil game, just from a different perspective. If you want to make the argument that Resident Evil 7 isn't a Resident Evil game, I can make the same thing about 4. Just because it was a different perspective. At the time, it was a different perspective. So I could say the exact same thing about 4 that people say about 7, is that, oh, it's not Resident Evil because it's from a different point of view. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Please. You're wrong. It's a Resident Evil. It is literally, by definition, it is a Resident Evil game. It plays like one. It's just first person. Just calm down. Village also gets an A. It was a bit short. A bit jumbled at times, I feel like. But I loved it. I loved the different settings, the different areas you could explore, and how it all kind of serves as a level, and everything has a different, like, hub world, I guess. But I really liked Village, and the Mercenaries mode is top tier. I love the if there was a separate one of these just for the Mercenaries mode in Village, I would put it on S. I love Village Mercenaries mode. It's so good. It's one thing 7 was missing. I will say, 7 could have had a mercenaries. No, it couldn't have. I don't think it could have. Village could have had a mercenaries mode because it had a lot more villains. Actually, because of that reason. No, I was gonna move it down to B because I will say it does throw those villains at you or enemies at you that is just insane at times. Like when you're in Heisenberg's factory, it is non-stop enemy, and it's just it does get annoying. It does become a problem, and I may make a video on Resident Evil Village on its own, kind of explaining this a bit more. But I do have some gripes with that, where like Resident Evil 4 had the cabin, right, where you're held up in the cabin and you're getting waves. Village has the cabin scene every other like 45 minutes, which can get really, really annoying. I'll be honest, but I'll put that aside because it is a good game. It's a scary game. There are parts in this game that had me literally like verbally whimpering in fear. I'm not proud to admit it, but I will admit it. So that's it. That's all of them, I believe. Yeah, there's no more. That's everything. Let's do a recap. Let's do a fun little recap. S, we have Revelations, RE2, and RE2 again. Because of course, those ones I hold very dear to my heart. I feel like Revelations is good enough to be a mainline game. I really hope they do a Revelations 3. I'm pretty sure it got canceled, but it would be really cool to see it happen. But I wanted to follow Jill again. I want a new Resident Evil game with Jill in general, because the last new Resident Evil game where you played as Jill was Revelations. I don't think you play as her. No, because in 6, in the weird canon, isn't she dead in 6 or something like that? I don't remember. It was a cluster. But Revelations is great. Then on A, we have Outbreak and Outbreak File 2, Code Veronica X, Nemesis, the remake, RE7, RE8, and RE4. I think that's a solid A tier. I think that's a good spot for those games. They're nestled there. They're great, but they're not the best. People are going to be very upset that I said that about 4. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is great, but it's not the best. Do something. B, we have Resident Evil 0, 1, and the 1 remake, and Umbrella Chronicles. All fun games, but games that didn't really have a grasp on me. Resident Evil 5 gets a C because it's just boring. I didn't like it. D's goes for Operation Raccoon City. Operation Raccoon City, Revelations 2, and Resident Evil 6. I've been calling this Umbrella Corps, haven't I? No, I haven't. Umbrella Corps down here. Operation Raccoon City is fun. It's not great, but it's fun. RE6 was crap. Revelations 2. RE6 wasn't all the way crap. It had its moments, but it was just too much. It was way over ambitious. That's a good way to put it. It was like a Hollywood action movie with horror sprinkled in it, and I didn't like it. Revelations 2 was bad because it was just a mess. It was thrown together like crap. I didn't like the characters as much. I love Claire Redfield, and I love Barry Burton. I didn't like Moira, and there's the little girl in Barry's campaign who her special ability is pointing at things. You don't really have much going for you there. Resistance and Core get an F. Self-explanatory. They're awful. Never played, and it doesn't exist. It's for RE-verse. Capcom, just release it. Just release it and let us make fun of it. Go ahead and release it, let it flop. Nobody paid for it specifically. It came with a game, so it's not like people are going to complain that much. I hope not. We know it's going to suck. Everybody's going to make fun of it. Just get it over with. Stop making us wait. You're setting yourself up for so much more failure. Just get it done. That's the list. That's everything. Tell me what you agree with and what you disagree with, because I'm sure there's a lot there. I know many people are going to disagree with some of these, but it's okay. I don't care. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. There's more to come, I promise. Better to come. I'm going to get a better webcam eventually. I promise on that. But for now, this is it. And I'm going to keep trying to make content here and there in between the big projects, because I've got one I'm working on that is, You know, it's going to take a while, and I'm really proud of it. I've been writing it for a while, and I think it's going to do really well, hopefully. But for now, this is it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please click the button. Also, click that bell to get notified every time I upload. Let me know in the comments what you thought, if you agree with any of these, if you disagree with any of these. Also, let me know any other tier lists you would like me to do, or any videos in general. If there's a specific game you want me to talk about, anything like that, let me know in the comments. I will also respond in the comments because I love talking to the people that actually support me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to get back to making content, I promise. But for now, things are going to be a little different, I will admit. But all in all, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all, and yeah, see ya.